I've had them in my database for like 4 years, and I have dropped them Christmas cards every year. I send them emails all the time, you know what I mean? So that works.
Welcome to the Realtors Conspiracy Podcast, where we are dedicated to unraveling the secrets to real estate success. I'm your host, Maude, and each week we bring you insights from top realtors, entrepreneurs, and innovators, sharing their stories, mindset, processes, motivations, and the key to their success. Join us every Monday for a new episode and discover how to crack the code to success and take your real estate business to the next level. Don't miss out on the opportunity to unlock your potential. This week, I'm speaking with Wendy Eveleigh from Right at Home. Today's chat is all about focused success. Wendy is a realtor with a grounded, positive mindset, focusing on realistic goals that fit her lifestyle. She believes in doing great work by maintaining and nurturing a smaller, more personal database rather than stretching too thin over a large area. Ready to hear how she balances quality over quantity? Let's get to my chat with Wendy. This podcast is sponsored by Sold Right Away, the experts in real estate marketing. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for joining us on the episode today. Tell us, what is the key to your success?
Hi, Maude. Hope you're doing well. The key to my success, well, I would have to say just my relationship building with my clients. I'm very particular when it comes to that, and I make sure to really stay in touch with all of my clients, whether they're, clients of mine now or they're potential clients in the future. I'm always, at least 4 to 5 times a year, touching base with the people that are in my database. And I don't have a huge database, to be honest. I have under 100 people right now, but those are people who are really just people that I know who are going to do business with me in the future. And some of them have been in my database for 4 to 5 years, but I'm still in touch with them, and they do all seem to be coming to fruition at some point. So it's really nice.
That's a thing too. Like sometimes people think database, I got to build a huge database, but just having a smaller one and focusing on these deep relationship seems to be working really well for you.
Yeah. In the beginning, when I started with real estate, I was, plowing every person that I talked to into my database. And then after a couple of years, I'm like, okay, well, this person is not really a lead. They're not looking to buy and sell. We had a nice chat at their front door, and that was kind of the extent of it. Yeah. So I really did a deep dive, probably 3 years ago. And I really, just cut down everything. And I figure if I can, and I still do add to my database, of course, but I'm very particular about who I put in there, because I don't want to waste my time on just a name and an email and a phone number if those people aren't really interested. And some people do mention as well, oh, I do have a realtor that I'm going to use, and that's great and everything. But if I really don't feel like it's going to do anything or go anywhere in the future, I don't put them in.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would you say is your lead generating activity? How do you get new people to add to your database?
So I am a big door knocker. I have not done very much this year. I will be honest, but that has been the biggest source of my leads, is through door knocking and open houses. So I've just been one of the people who have been successful at it. It's not my favorite activity, I'll be honest, but when I get out there and I start talking to people, it goes along and time passes, and you know what I mean? It's a slower way to get leads, but if the weather's nice and you're outside and you're talking to people, kind of feels like, it's easier to do. You feel like you're being productive. And even if I get 1 or 2 people who are actually interested in, potentially doing something in the future, then that's great. So it's not something that I do on a consistent basis as much as I used to in the beginning, but I still do it for certain areas that I'm farming. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say that's interesting because a lot of people are scared a little bit of door knocking, or they find it daunting. So what do you say, or how do you approach door knocking?
I just go out there and I wing it. I
Well,
mean, I'm not even joking. I have different things in my head that I've said at different times, but it all is when the person opens the door and I see their face, it'll depend on how they present themselves to me. If they're angry and moody, then I'll just be to the point. I'm out here, I'm looking for sellers and blah 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 blah. Otherwise, it might be a little bit a sort of a softer kind of like, good morning, hope you're doing well. I'm outdoor knocking today, looking for people who are wanting to sell their homes and wondering if that's in your future, kind of thing. Um,
yeah,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
that's
I
going.
don't want to, I just to the point, because people don't want
Yeah,
you to be like,
yeah,
I don't know, taking a long time to get to the point, right?
yeah. Very true. Very true. You mentioned open houses too. That's a huge way to leverage listings. And then some agents still say, I can't do open houses because I don't have a listings. But how do you get open houses? Do you ask other realtors? Like, how do you build that?
Yeah, so usually I just do my own open houses with my own listings, but if I don't have listings, then yes, if someone's looking to have like help with an open house, which generally there's always open houses to be, to go to that other realtors can't make. So that's how I would,
Yeah,
get that lead, I guess you would say.
yeah. What would be one challenge that you faced and overcame throughout your career so far, or lessons that you've learned?
I would say the challenges is having those monkeys on your shoulder. So one telling you to do it, and the other one saying, the negative and the positive, right? Getting that negative monkey off your shoulder, because in this business, it is such an emotional roller coaster in terms of the number of sales and your clients. You know, just it's just so crazy. So I feel like now that I'm going into my 8th year, I become much more stronger in my mind,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Like trying to get my head just in the game and not worrying about what people are going to think or what people are going to do, that kind of thing. And I think that definitely comes with experience and just time, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm much better at just doing what I need to do and not worrying about anything, and hope it works out. Like if you're going into a listing appointment, not worrying about, oh my God, what if I don't say the right thing or don't do the right thing? I just go in, I be myself, and if they like me and they like what I have to offer, great. If not, well, then I guess it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't a fit. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you get to that mindset? I feel that's a huge learning for a lot of new realtors, that they just eager and they want to get all the business and they don't want to disappoint. And how did you get that mature look on mindset, I guess?
Well, it definitely helps to have business,
Yeah.
because when you have business and you know what I mean, and when you have clients and you're busy and you're working and you have buyers and you have sellers that you're working on, then it's easier to fluff that stuff off.
Yeah.
If you have no business and you know what I mean, it's much harder to do that because you want that listing or you want that buyer to want to work with you. So I think just building up my business to the point where I'm comfortable now, where if I don't think it's a right fit, like you were saying, then I can say, you know what, I can refer you to somebody else, or you can choose another realtor,
Mhm.
but I'm willing to walk away if it's not the right fit for me, kind of thing, right? And same with when you're going into a listing appointment. You go in there and you just be yourself, and hopefully it all works out. And I mean, I've been lucky. I've had this year I've had a lot of referral business too, or sorry, for 2023. And that really helps because you kind of know you're getting the business if you've been referred, right? But I always ask people, are you interviewing anyone else? Please let me know. And then they usually say, no, I'm not. I'm going to use you.
Right.
So, but again, you need business to be able to do that, right? So
Referrals. Huh.
yeah.
What's the one
Yeah.
thing that you learn that you must do to continue to grow your business and to be successful in this business?
Yeah, you definitely have to be consistently lead generating, whether that's, staying in touch with your database, whether you're sending out note cards. I send birthday cards. I send, like if I know their anniversaries, I'll send them a text or a card, or I'll give them a phone call. So you just always staying in touch with all the people that you know all the time. And I think most realtors will say the same thing where, especially with their clients, they've become friends with their clients, or close to their clients, right? So it's easy to reach out to people and say, hey, how's it going? How's your year treating you and whatever. If it's someone that, you have in your database that is a potential client, then, give them a call and reach out. So that for me is very important because I actually had someone call me yesterday, no, two days ago, and they said, thank you so much for dropping off the chocolates at my door for Christmas. They weren't home, and I dropped off a Christmas card with some chocolates. And they said, we're thinking of potentially selling and buying. And I've had them in my database for like 4 years, and I have dropped them Christmas cards every year. I send them emails all the time. You know what I mean? So that works.
Yeah.
It works. So being consistent with contacting the people in your database
Yeah.
on a regular basis in
I love,
different forms.
yeah, I love it. You said cards, chocolates, email, call, all of it.
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
you have a
So
process for that? Do you go through a calendar or do you just wing it as you go throughout the
I
year?
have in my database, yeah, like I'll like I have it set to, for certain people to pop up every day, different
Yeah.
people at different days. And I'll look back and I'll say, okay, I called them last time. Okay, well now I'll send them a little personal email or I'll text them, or it's, I guess, random, but it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You need a process, I guess, to be able to keep
yeah,
track, know, and reminders and stuff. Yeah.
yes. Yeah. And at Christmas time, it's kind of the same thing. Like for people who I haven't done business with, they get this. With people
Mm,
who I have done business with, they get this. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah,
yeah, I love it. It's cool.
seems
And
to
like you
work.
said, 4 to 5 years later, they now are reaching out back to you
Yes.
from one of your
Yeah.
tenants.
And that has happened to me with, I'd say probably 5 different people in my database that I've collected. Over the past 3 years, I've had probably 5 different buys and sells from that.
Nice, nice. Congrats.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
That's so
It feels really good because you know that what you're doing is working, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. It's a reward.
yeah,
It feels
it's a
good.
reward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it might not happen with every single person, but hey, if it happens with the majority,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna keep doing it.
I love it.
You
And
know?
the benefits of keeping it small again so that you can truly
Yes,
pay more attention, be more personal with them and see the result.
exactly.
Nice.
Yes. And having a smaller farming area too,
Mhm.
because because I'm a single realtor, I have nobody helping me, right? So I can't have a farming area of 1,000 homes. How can I possibly take care of that?
Yeah.
Right. So I had a farming area of 500 homes. And then I've now dropped it down to like 170.
Love
So
it.
I'm focusing on those 170 homes, and that's it,
Yeah.
because I know I can deal with that. I can manage that. And the other thing I wanted to also say is, I do a lot of community stuff, and I find that is really helpful. Like it also makes me feel good about helping the community, and you get to meet lots of people, right? So last year I had a community garage sale, and it went off really, really well. We had, I think, like 26 people in the neighborhood who had like they set up on their own driveways, sell their own stuff, but
Yeah.
then each person set aside a little bit of money, and we donated it to the Kiwanis Club.
That's
So
cool.
that's a charity for children. Yeah, so that was really fun. I've done food drives and different things like that. So yeah, it's all working out.
It's all making a full circle, community engagement, giving back, and farming your area and your
Yes,
neighborhood. Nice.
exactly. Yeah.
Very cool. I do have a rapid fire questions for the podcast where it's a
Okay.
bunch of questions. Some of it might be a repeat from stuff we already discussed, but it's okay. Are you ready for the rapid
I
fire?
think so.
Yeah. Number one, best marketing strategy.
Social media,
Okay. Your best social media tactic.
videos.
Okay. What's your most effective social media platform?
Oh boy, that's a hard one. Instagram.
Okay. And what's your advice for new realtor?
Just be yourself.
Love it. What is your top income generating activity?
Door knocking.
And which non-income generating activity should all realtors drop?
Surfing on the on your social media stuff. Looking at Facebook and Instagram all day. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it. That's true. How do you win more listings?
I think just working on getting more referrals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Working on my referral database.
What is the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received. Well, I have to say the best advice would be just to be myself. And so, yeah, I always try to promote that to other people because I think it's really important.
Nice.
People see through you if you're not who you are, right? And just be genuine, and it will show through. So
I love it.
that's what I'm doing.
And a good question is everyone has their own definition of success. How do you define success for yourself?
Success for me, I do a business plan every year and I try to meet all my goals. But for me, success is, if you want to put it to numbers, if I'm doing at least 10 to 12 deals a year, that's my success. And I know that might not seem like a lot, but for me, that's my goal. And if I can grow that each year by one or two, that's great. But my success is that I can handle every single person that comes to me, which is between 12 and say 15 deals a year. I can handle everybody and take care of everybody to the best of my ability. And if I do more than that, I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, no,
So,
I can. I love it. Keeping it small, manageable, doable, so that you're not like you have a good positive mindset all year long. I love it.
Yeah. And also I can have a life, right?
Yes.
So yeah, like I love my job, but I also like to have my free time, right? So
Nice.
yeah.
This is amazing. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
sharing
much.
that. I'm sure it's super insightful for some realtors who are trying to get it all. And I think I love your approach.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not an easy task to start off as a realtor. I vividly remember those days. And it's scary, but work hard and you'll get there.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Where do we find you on Instagram and online?
Wendy in Real Estate.
Perfect.
That's where you find me.
Amazing. We're going to share that with the audience.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I appreciate you having me.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, make every action count. Reflect on the insights from today's episode and ask yourself, which strategies and actions can you implement to grow your business and win more listings? Your growth journey begins with a single step. What will yours be? If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your network and help spread the word. Together, we can inspire and empower a community of realtors to crack the code to real estate success. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, Realtors Conspiracy. Stay motivated and see you next episode.